Your principal.
What?
The English professor next to me had his bike stolen. It was free, but it wasn't left untouched.
Well, the fact is that human beings do have a moral sense, just like all social animals do. Right? All social animals have some sort of moral sense. Dogs, rats, elephants have been shown to have a moral sense, etc.
Then why don't you trust them? Why don't you trust individuals in a free society to donate and give charitably, voluntarily? You're acting like that would never happen.
I actually do give a lot of, I mean, unfortunately, Professor Skidmore's not here, but I do give my money not to Honduras or Bolivia.
The most charitable country in the world. You give food aid away when there's a hurricane.
We give a very, very, very small amount of food. We waste a whole lot more. That isn't false. We are the biggest, but that doesn't necessarily mean we give enough. The fact that we give more than other people doesn't necessarily mean that we're giving enough. Who am I to decide? Because there's people starving. There's 1 billion people on this earth starving. So it's not making it happen. It's not successful.
It's the hubris of the appointed. The self-appointed is going to decide for each individual. People are dying every day. We're all going to die. I'm not trying to be flippant or facetious. We're all going to die. Are you going to steal from people, or are you going to rely on private charity the best you can?
But I think the point that she was making is actually a valid point, right? When you put money into it, what type of charity do people give? Well, people are going to give charity. I give charity, to people that I think are valuable, right? Or to charities that I think are valuable. That sounded pretty bad. All people are valuable at some level. Sorry, right? And I'm going to give money to those charities by which I believe are going to do the most good. Now, of course, libertarians and I would agree that's a good thing to do. But you know what? You all know a lot of people give their money to as far as charities. They give it to charities that are racist. They give it to charities that are sexist. They give it to charities that promote not the common good of all people. Because once again, unfortunately, we do not have a society where people have educated themselves. They don't know. They're just ignorant. They don't know necessarily what's right or wrong. They don't know how the actions that they do in this country, the products that they buy in this country, actually affect those people in Honduras and Bolivia and China, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? We're simply ignorant, unfortunately. Right? And so the choices that people make are often choices based out of ignorance, and often because those that have the money are those people in privilege. And so they're simply blinded, unfortunately, to their privilege. Right? They don't know where it needs to go. That's why we need experts, in some sense, to do it.
I just want
Experts like yourself.
to thank both the professors for having this discussion. Oh, thanks.
I'd rather suffer the inconveniences of too much liberty than too little. So I guess we're going to have to agree to disagree.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I really appreciate both professors for having this debate, and I don't know why we don't have a debate like this every month instead of every semester.
Because we also have wives.
Hey, I'm
Yeah,
but
it's also
Paul,
a
he's
thing,
the
but-
one who's hesitant here.
I'm a single daddy with a little 3-year-old boy.
Aw,
We got time. Go ahead.
all right. Well, that was it.
People, come on.
I'll
Thank you.
certainly do more than that. I have no problem.
If you're from the roundup, could you please not put a bad picture of me in the paper? You always do it to it to the post.
Yeah, all the
Wait, you
pictures that
put
you
one
take
more
of me
like
are-
this, and then you take the picture.
I just assume that all the bad pictures you guys have always published of me is just because I look bad.
I just wanted to say that I just recently took an environmental science course, and I learned a lot about the global warming and what we're doing to our environment, and the resources we're also wasting. We do have government subsidiary programs because farming, people who are in farming can't get their products to grow fast enough to stay on top of the market. Or there we go. It's not efficient enough. Sorry, I'm lack of a better word. But pretty much what I'm trying to get at is because of these programs, they start overproducing and start killing the land, and then they buy these weed products.
Runoff, there's pollution.
Yeah, there's runoff, and this is a problem of capitalism in itself because it's causing things to move too fastly. I mean,
No, that would be government subsidies.
poor government,
Subsidies are not voluntary.
which has its loopholes, of course, And there are some things that can change.
If you're going to misrepresent capitalism, then we just can't talk.
Okay.
Explain that was not part of a free society.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's a part of the same system that's ran on capitalism, so there has to be something that goes hand in
We can
hand.
agree on that.
Well, you
correct?
can agree, you can explain to us because we want to know, but how come it's happening within the system, and why aren't we doing anything to change it?
Corrupt, we need to vote for honest
Okay.
people.
You know,
That's absolutely
what you
fine.
don't understand is that that's not free enterprise. That's not that our government is telling the farmers what they should grow, giving them money to grow it. That's not plain market. And so you can't blame capitalism.
Yeah, I don't want to grow tobacco. I want a new iPad. That's my money. I spend it, not you.
And even beyond that, I don't know if you realize this, that what's happened is our government's been subsidizing the corn industry and the soybean industry to the point where in our country, they don't want to grow anything else. We have to import other foods sometimes, and we've even destroyed the Mexican economy since NAFTA for corn. And so that's one reason so many people are coming up here looking for a job. But that was government interference. That had nothing to do with
Well,
capitalism.
that kills our land too.
I
At the
know,
same
but it was
time.
the government.
No, absolutely, and the government needs to.
You have the money.
We need to change it as a people.
It's not capitalism.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem that I feel